Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is this strange black triangle out of Pasadena. Also have another triangle formation out of Beirut, Lebanon. Let's see. This is UFO captured from Reddit. Now, this is something very similar to, some other videos that I've uploaded. Let's see. This is an old video from 2014. Also have this video of Mark McCandlish, who was an illustrator, and he was able to create alien reproduction vehicles based on captured UFOs. Let's see, this is a video of some bones that were found on the ocean floor. Now they say it's like 100 feet, I think, when I originally read it, but I don't think it was actually that long. But it's definitely strange, and they don't think it's a whale bone because it doesn't have the typical shape of a whale. They think it was some type of serpent. I also have this TikTok video of a possible Sasquatch sighting. Let's see. This is a compilation of different statements that have been made by Tom DeLonge through several different interviews. And then last is this article about finding giant skeleton bones. Let's see. Here's this finger here. This is a 15-inch long finger that was found in Egypt. And also, this is a video I've played before, but there's supposedly this footprint that they found in rock. Obviously it's going through tectonic uplift or whatever, plate tectonics that shifted, with this, which most likely was the bottom of a riverbed. But we'll take a look at that. Let me go to this first video here. This is a black triangle UFO over Pasadena, California on March 17th. Now, when I looked at this, my first thought was balloon, like a mylar balloon. Because it seems to me that it's just floating.
It's like some sort of I'm getting some sort of weird UFO, dude. It's not a balloon. It's not a helicopter.
Right, but this guy who's filming it, he's saying it's not a balloon. So, I guess I have to trust his view of it, since he's actually filming it. Yeah, maybe it's not a balloon, because it is kind of stationary. Anyways, the link will be in the description. Let me go on to this next video here. This is a video that was just posted recently on Reddit. It's out of Beirut, Lebanon. Let's check this out here. Oh yeah, you can definitely see.
We're here at AUB Beirut, Lebanon. Just finished the AUB Rugby League football training on Wednesday, the 22nd of July, 2015
At 7:58 p.m.
7:58 p.m. And there are 3 unidentified flying objects elevating ahead. Very strange in dimension. They look to be like floating ships.
Yeah, look at that. These things aren't moving. Look at it. It stays relative to this tree here. But, this is just more proof that we are not alone on this planet. I'm like, how many sightings does a person have to see before they realize that these aren't all visitors? Let's see. Let's check this one out here. Now, I think I've done at least 5 or 6 videos of a similar event. Yeah, these are not meteors, you know, and these are not flares. And again, you know, I know there are some people who are seriously performing mental gymnastics to try and make themselves believe that these are flares, but nope, they're not flares. You don't see a parachute. You don't see the smoke typical of flares. You know, another thing is the flares don't just suddenly stop and start floating. So yeah, if anyone wants to think that, again, you know what, you're free to think whatever you want, but it's not going to change the reality that these aren't meteors or flares. Let's see, this one here is from 2014. Let me go to the beginning so you see what they show this guy actually, how he shot it.
Gemaakt vanuit de hoogbouw aan de Merellaan in Maasluis. Afgelopen vrijdag 2:45. Vastgelegd door bewoner Dick Smits met deze kleine camera.
Ik was hier die boot hier rechts aan het filmen, heel veel bedrijvigheid. En in mijn linker zie ik ineens iets aankomen. En dat was er volgens mij al een tijdje, maar want ik had het nog niet zo in de gaten. Ik denk, dat is wel interessant. Ik ga het eens even opnemen.
Yeah, you can see the date here, 2014. So, you know, these sightings happen every day. Every single day we're seeing these. Now, obviously, you know, based on what this guy says, some of them aren't quote-unquote extraterrestrial or our neighbors, but are vehicles that our government has created. So listen to what Mark McCandlish has to say here. I think let me right about here.
Exhibit, but the fact that there were 3 discs at that exhibit, these discs were hovering off the floor without any visible means of support. They were referred to as alien reproduction vehicles, also nicknamed the flux liner because they used high voltage electricity. Let's see, to keep things short, this is a diagram that I made based on a sketch that Brad Sorensen did for me in rough form shortly after he had his sighting, and subsequently cleaned that drawing up and made it much more accurate. And that's the drawing that Dr. Greer is holding there now.
Yeah, you know, and this footage is from the Disclosure Project, which, you know, this is when Dr. Greer made his, I guess, introduction into the UFO community back in November 9th of 2001, if I remember correctly. But yeah, you know, this is, yeah, disclosure, again, to the people who are still waiting for disclosure, you know, after all of this information has come out and the years and years of television shows about, you know, UFO encounters, like, well, yeah, what exactly are you expecting them to reveal? Unless it's going to be that we're not alone on the planet. Let's see. Now, yeah, let me see if I can show you the full. Oh, yeah, here. So now this, yeah, this is what a whalebone looks like. You see these 3, I can't, they call them wings or something like that. But this is, yeah, all whalebones look like this, right? They have these things shooting out on in a pattern of 3, like 120 degrees apart, whatever. But what they find down here in the ocean looks nothing like this. Yeah, so I believe this is the end. But anyways, let me go to where they try and pick it up, and you see what happens right here. And I guess it also gives you a sense of the size of this thing. But they're assuming, since it doesn't have those wing-like things as similar to whales, that this must be some type of serpent. But, and obviously it's been down there for a long, long time based on how soft it is. But, that's that. I don't want to play the whole video. Check that out. Let's see. Yeah, this video here, this is a possible Sasquatch sighting.
Down in a ravine into the brush, and then I noticed the Sasquatch was watching me. There he is right there. I couldn't tell if it was a male or female, but he's clearly watching me. It's hard to see any kind of facial features. It's dark. He's peeking out of the brush. A lot of people will say, oh, it's a stump, but this part is really high off the ground. I was actually walking downhill, so this is actually really high off the ground. There's no way a stump could be that tall. And I clearly saw it with my own eyes. It was a Sasquatch. I didn't want to get any closer to make it nervous or anything, but it's clearly watching me and keeping an eye on me. I felt that I needed to back away and kind of move back up the hill and give it some space.
Smart move by that man. Anyways, a link to that will be in the description. Let's see. Yeah, this is a compilation of statements that have been made by Tom DeLonge through the years. The universe is teeming with life, various levels of intelligence and development. Different groups of aliens are interested in humans and human development. Those in the know in government call the aliens the others. The others have both extraterrestrial and interdimensional aspects. The others have been here a long time on Earth, in sky, in oceans, on moon, exactly what I've been saying. The others genetically modify primates to create humans, and perhaps we are their property. The others have sporadic contact with humanity, and some of them are interested in instigating wars between different groups of humans. Some believe they feed off negative energy, and some believe that they instigate conflict for entertainment. The others are responsible for cycles of humanity. Atlantis was real. Destruction of ancient civilizations could be examples of what happens to those who do not conform to the control system created by the others. I find interesting is here the notion that they create wars. When I was in school, I studied Greek mythology, and all the stories of the Greek gods. And I remember years later coming across a professor, a Greek professor with a doctorate degree, and him telling me that the stories of the Greek gods weren't myth, but they were actually real beings. And, back then I thought that, oh, this guy's crazy. Like, how could someone with a doctorate actually think the stories in Greek mythology were real? Because I was always taught that, it was just a myth. But again, as I got older and I learned more, I was presented with the idea that the stories of the Greek mythology are actually based on real alien beings. Now, that I could definitely accept. But anyways, definitely check out. There's a lot of interesting things that Tom DeLonge has said, and thankfully someone compiled some of the most important things that he set together. Anyways, let's go to this last article here. This article is about fascinating discovery of giant skeletons that will challenge the origins of humanity. From the recent discoveries, now it is firmly believed that by many that history has only been partially told. Over the period of time, it has been realized that there are numerous missing pieces to the puzzle, and that the origins of humanity and the past are far more enigmatic than many scholars are willing to accept. Oh yeah, I definitely believe that. Yeah, a lot of the quackademics out there, who refuse to change their minds whenever they're presented with evidence, with facts that contradicts what they believed. Let's check this out here. This is a 15-inch long finger. You know, some guy carries it around wrapped up in this tissue. And you know, in Egypt, there's a lot of the hieroglyphs depicting what apparently are normal-sized human slaves, I guess, and then, you know, helping giants. And then let's see, let me just play a little bit of this here. Let me just start this right about here. And as he's walking up to this, you can see, you know, where he's going. Check out that footprint.
Let's get closer. Oh, wow. This is just beautiful. Look at this. There's the, you know, when you, there's the big toe and the other 4 toes down to the small toe, down to the heel. What's fascinating about this is anybody that does a study of this will notice this piece sticking out here. It's like when you put your foot in mud and you pull it out, your toes will lift up a little mud where your toes were, and that's exactly what seems to have happened here. This rough granite is just, it's pulled up. This overhang here, it's spectacular.
Yeah, you know, he calls it rough granite, but I'm sure, yeah, at one time this was soft sand. This must have been the bottom of a riverbed. And, you know, and there are people who try to debunk this and say, oh, this is an artist did this. Yeah, right. You know, what, 200 million years ago or 2 million years ago? You know, whenever this was actually created, right, some artist knew how to perfectly create how mud squeezing between someone's toes would look like. But anyways, check out this video, or, you know, I'll put a link to this article in the description, and then, you know, you can check out this video. But anyways, that is going to be it for this episode. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this. Take care.